saying goes that the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, but here in Barcelona, the heavens opened with a tremendous storm here this morning. Hello and welcome to the capital of Catalonia as we prepare for race 2 of the penultimate round of the 2025 Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion together with the Automobile Club of Italy. The cars are on the circuit, the track is dry but it was quite wet, quite damp earlier this morning. You can see it has eased off. It is an overcast morning and we are under threat of another thunderstorm here in just a moment. Hopefully we do race on a dry circuit. As we take a look at the grid for you, it is Olivieri who starts on pole position for the first time in 2025 alongside
Gabriel Gomez. Our championship leader, Kinaka Roberta and Salim Hanna in P4, Sebastian Weldon in P5, Maximilian.
Out of 6. Then we go to Numenici, Andrea Dubé, great performance from the Frenchman in qualifying. Luca Samalisto, who stormed home to P5 yesterday. Superb effort from the Kiwi Brit. Emily Cotti, she starts out of grid 10. David Cosmo, Christopher Carr, 13, out of it, grid 11. Alongside Alexander Ruta, then it's Alex Powell, Marcus Sata, Theo Schropp, Alexander Bondrev, Dante Vinci, who was on the rookie podium yesterday. He will resume the fight with Artem Severukian. The Jensen Motorsport driver starts out of grid 18. Then we go to Kabira Anurag, who came home in the points yesterday. Starts back on 19th on the grid. Bart Harrison, Jan Koller, Andrea Kostic, the US racing drivers. Andy Consani is alongside Ludovico Busso, now racing with Us Racing. Luca Vistoriano for RHGP had a tough run yesterday. Bader Al-Salati, a superb drive that starts from grid 26 if he's to repeat his heroics from yesterday. David Walter, the Californian, Peyton Westcott, Kirill Kutzkov back on 29, and Guy Albag out of grid 30. Matilda Parts, she is out of 31, the driver from Cologne. In fact, it's an all-German row of the grid. Gil Collins strength for AES Motorsport, her somewhat teammate. Matilda racing together with AES Motorsport. Andre Rodriguez, Nathaniel Berby, who had a jump start yesterday, starts out of grid 34. Cornelia Olkutska, and Elia Weiss starts on grid 36. Did not set a time in qualifying. Caused the red flag to come out in qualifying 1, crashed into the wall in turn 4, so did not set a time in Q2, and thus will have to start on the back of the grid for the Crown Motorsport team. There is word from race control. The track has officially been declared wet. It is dry. We are on the Pirelli slick tyre, but you can see that the track, well, the sky in the background is quite grey and overcast. We are expecting another thunderstorm, well, anytime this afternoon. The race to start behind the safety car, that magnificent R35. That is the car, something like 10 years of production. I'll stand corrected on that. Following in the footsteps of the original Godzilla, the R32, yes, personal preference there. The R34 Skyline, we call it Godzilla, the safety car.
See ya.
The race is officially underway here in Spain. It will start behind the safety car. The track damp offline. It is a warm, humid morning here in Barcelona. A tremendous thunderstorm earlier in the morning actually brought out the red flag during qualifying for GT Open. Of course, the penultimate round of the Italian Championship, our guest appearance outside the home nation of Italy. This is Catalonia in Spain, racing together with the GT Open International Championship, together with Formula Regional European Championship, Euro Formula Open, and this 36 cars on the grid for the world's most competitive junior car racing series, the Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion together with the Automobile Club of Italy. The final round at Misano on Italy's Adriatic coast on October 12th. The sun actually coming out to shine for just a moment as we take a look at the situation regarding the championship. Here, Nakamura Berta, he took his 8th victory of the series yesterday as Max Popov goes through in car 3. He is the championship leader on 271 points. Gabriel Gomez 80 behind on 191 points. Sebastian Walden, the American, is third in the championship on 163 points. Then we go to Salim Hanna, who is also the top rookie on 134 points. Alex Powell and Emanuele Olivieri, 5 and 6 in the series, 126 and 113.
Olivieri sitting 7th in the championship, starting first within this race. We jump off the back of an exciting F1 race, jumping from there right here to the Italian F4 Championship, where, of course, Kin Nakamura Berta can wrap the championship up if he wins, and, of course, his championship rival, Gabriel Gomez, doesn't score points. The race has gotten underway. The timer is ticking. There's going to be 2 or 3 laps under safety car here. Does this count as a safety car? As in race 1, we didn't end up having a safety car. Here today, we have, and that is because of the wet conditions, of course, as you heard there, the Acci Sport commentator just announcing there that red flag had to be blown out in the GT International Open qualifying session because of the weather. But now with Euro Formula and Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, with their qualifying session, the track has dried out, along with GT Cup Europe just a few moments before this. But we are about to get underway. The championship rivals, Gabriel Gomez and Olivieri, starting. Gabriel Gomez and Kin Nakamura Berta starting 2 and 3. Olivieri and Kin Nakamura Berta, of course, swapped times in qualifying yesterday. Quite an intriguing qualifying session that was here in race number 2 of the Italian F4 Championship. We will be jumping into Freca after this for their final race of the weekend. And then, of course, jumping back into Italian F4. I think I saw some wet tyres out there. And that is almost like saying, like running on dry tyres in the wet. The wet tyres, I promise you, will not survive around in this almost bone-dry condition as the safety car is in this lap. The field bunches up, and Emmanuel Olivieri chooses when we get the pedal to the metal. And there he goes, pedal to the metal. We are go, 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 go in Italian F4 for practically the first racing lap. 25 minutes plus 1 lap. Let's get racing for Italian F4. Good start from Olivieri. Gomez following in behind. Green flag. Green, green, green. We go. Gomez in behind. Nakamura Berta. Then Salim Hanna. Sebastian Weldon. Maximilian Popov. Newman Chi. Jupp Sepp. Samalisto. And Cotti as well in position 10. Olivieri runs into turn number 1. He leads, and the 2 Prema cars further back make a bit of contact. That's Samanisto and Emily Cotti making contact for position 9 and position 10. Cotti went down the inside. It didn't end up happening, and Cotti now will drop further back in the grid. Both Prema drivers, though, continuing. Sorry, that's Maximilian Popov and Newman Chi running side by side. Newman Chi will drop a few spots in behind Dup Seb, who is currently battling for position. Maximilian Popov, very much under pressure. The American driver putting all the pressure here on Newman Chi. Dup Seb trying to, again, put more pressure. It's not going to happen, though. Maximilian Popov trying to run around the outside. There. Not going to happen once more. Samalisto there. And Emily Cotti continuing to battle. So Emily Cotti go off the road down there at turn number 1. Maximilian Popov now putting pressure on Sebastian Weldon. Right around the outside goes the American. Both Americans battling for position. The Jamaican Maximilian Popov putting a lot of pressure and gets the move done right around the outside. Meanwhile, it's nearly 3 by 3 as we run down and into the penultimate couple of corners. 23.5 minutes to go in this Italian F4 race. As we continue to go racing, Gabriel Gomez sitting in second over Kinaka Mobata. You can see there, Salim Hanna now being put under pressure by the Jamaican sensation, Maximilian Popov, trying to break the slipstream of Salim Hanna as they run down the back straight. It's a slipstream train as we run down into turn number 1. Olivieri leads by 0.8 of a second. Back nearly 1 second is Kinaka Mobata. 2 by 2 heading down into turn number 1. That's not going to end well. Car cutting the chicane at turn number 1. Continues on though, Maximilian Popov continuing to put pressure on Salim Hanna. Sebastian Weldon runs wide. Sebastian Weldon running very wide, and that has left himself open to Newman Chi. Salim Hanna continuing to be pressured here as Ruta and Cotti trying to battle for position in P10 and P11. This battle pack is very much heated up in every way possible. That is Samuel Listor trying to look down the inside of Newman Chi. That gap is very much not opening. Samuel Listor just at the back of this train. But you can see the lead train starting to form up a little bit here between Olivieri and Gabriel Gomez. P1 and P2 in this battle train. This battle pack, sorry, not this battle train. Maximilian Popov continuing to put all the pressure in the world on the back of Salim Hanna, who really struggled in race 1. Heading into race 2, a bit more confidence in that car and in the grip that car has. Slightly pulling away. 0.7 Salim Hanna to Maximilian Popov. The Jamaican sensation. Kinaka Mobata, the Japanese sensation, pulls a move on Gabriel Gomez. And that move is done. Gabriel Gomez takes the lead. Olivieri has dropped 2 spots. Does Olivieri have a problem inside that car? That is unknown to us, but he's dropped a lot of pace and lost the race leads. Gabriel Gomez now leads over Kinaka Mobata. In second, the 2 championship rivals, 1 and 2. Consani has dropped all the way back to 36th on this grid. 36 car grid, actually nearly a 40 car grid for Italian F4 this week. And Consani has dropped back to 36th. The GT4 European nil watt champion. Roberto Consani down in P36. Gabriel Gomez, though, continues to lead. 0.7 of a second over Kinaka Mobata. See there, leading over Olivieri. Then Salim Hanna will continue to put pressure. Try and put pressure on Olivieri. And then Maximilian Popov behind. Sebastian Weldon's lost a little bit of spot as well. He's dropped back to 6th. Newman Chi. Then Samuel Listor, 2.5 seconds back. Jup Seb in P9. Ruta, Gotti, Saita, and Maximilian and Alex Powell, the American sensation. Of course, the Italian F4 has been won by many of other drivers here. And Kinaka Mobata has a real good chance to do it this round. If he wins the race today, he wins the championship. He has every chance in the world to win this round. Of course, that was if Gabriel Gomez didn't score points. But that championship hope of wrapping up this round is very much diminishing. With 3 rounds to go there as Maximilian Popov now started to put more and more pressure on the back of Salim Hanna. That gap has very much closed between the two. I think that's Newman Chi being pressured by Lucas Samuel Listor. Could be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Sebastian Weldon, yes, that is Newman Chi being pressured by Samuel Listor. Well, that was Samuel Listor putting pressure on Maximilian Popov into turn number 1. That attempt was unsuccessful. As we cut back here to Salim Hanna and Maximilian Popov, that margin 0.6. Oh, and there's a problem. And there is a problem for the 91 car off the road. This might end up in the first real safety car of the race. Even of the weekend, race 1, of course, no safety car. But this might end in one. That's Guy Albag off the road. So that's Aluka off the roads. Now, is there damage to that car? No, it's a spin. But very strange spot to do so. Lost grip and immediately spun. This might turn into a safety car unless he can get that car going. Of Aluka. Roberto Consani has made his way back out onto the circuit. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, he sits down in P36. The two race leaders, Gabriel Gomez and Kin Nakamura, P1 and P2. Better cloud cover might protect these Pirelli tyres a little bit more in terms of their wear. Yesterday we saw a lot of sunlight on the circuit affecting the track grip and the way that these Pirellis wear. But today we might find a bit more out of them as we head on to lap 6 of this race. We will certainly get not as many laps as yesterday. We got 18 yesterday. We might only get about 13, 14, 15 laps if, of course, this race stays green. But still 17 minutes to go, so who knows what can happen at this point. Here with Maximilian Popov starting to put immense pressure on Salim Hanna. It's not going to happen this time around, though. Maximilian Popov very much wanting to get by. But Salim Hanna will not make it easy for him. The Jamaican sensation has been a sensation in this category. The lead train isn't actually that spread out, to be honest, in this one. Gomez to Nakamura to Olivieri 2.2, so it's a bit bigger than what I was expecting. Popov still putting pressure on the back of Salim Hanna. Olivieri sitting in third position. That margin has increased 2.3 on this lap for Kin Nakamura. Has increased that margin by 0.1. Now this gap is getting a bit close. It's getting closer and closer by the lap. The two championship rivals, will they come together here in race number 2? Or will they keep it clean? That would be the aim for these two. Keep it clean, especially for Kin Nakamura, leading the championship. Doesn't want any damage this late on in the championship. As of course, that margin, that what is 50, nearly 70-point margin that Kin Nakamura has built up. Contact between two cars further back. I thought that was Sebastian Weldon. But it's not. Sebastian Weldon did not make contact. But there is a bit of contact. Was a bit of contact further back. That was Barabee. Nathaniel Barabee and Rodriguez making contact. On the replay there. As Maximilian Popov continuing to hunt down Salim Hanna. In the process, our two leaders here, Kin Nakamura, just looked for a bit of a dive. Popov now again looking for a dive on Salim Hanna. Our two race leaders, 1 and 2. Nose to tail. Indeed, nose to tail as they run through turn 13. And make their way into New Holland of turn 14. Our leaders are very much about to come into contact with each other as Kin Nakamura gets a slight slipstream from the car in front of what is Gabriel Gomez. Nakamura looking in his mirror, just checking that gap behind, making sure he's got a big enough gap to try and pull something on Gabriel Gomez. Unlike Frecker, no push to pass, but you can see the rain light on, indicating that the wets can be used in this race. And if it does start to rain, it could make it a little bit interesting with pit stops making a factor. But, of course, apart from that, Italian F4 and Frecker don't do pit stop along with the Euro Formula Open that is here this week. And a few single-seater categories here with Euro Formula, Italian F4 and the Formula Regional European Championship as well. That, of course, Freca will be turning into FIA Formula Regional by Alpine next year. FIA Formula Regional next year into 2026, which would be very, very exciting indeed. Gabriel Gomez continues to lead, 0.7 of a second the margin to Kin Nakamura, as absolutely abusing the curbs is Kin Nakamura, trying to close that margin ever so slightly. The margin 3.2. Nakamura has pace. It's the fact of dirty air might be playing a bit of a factor here. As the margin continues to close, you can see the slipstream very much working to its advantage of Kin Nakamura. Just can't get close enough. Gomez has just enough pace to keep him behind. Sebastian Weldon now putting... And there you go, Popov got past Hanna as well. So I was wondering, Sebastian Weldon putting on pressure to Salim Hanna. Popov got past whilst we were looking at this fierce battle going on between Gabriel Gomez and Kin Nakamura. Margin 0.5. It's very much a stare-off between these two. They're just staring at each other. Nakamura waiting for a push. Gabriel Gomez waiting for a push. Maybe Keen just sitting in behind. He's keen. No pun intended. But just keen to sit in behind here and wait for the opportunity to come to him as the cloud cover still runs over this beautiful, beautiful Barcelona-Catalunya circuit. Continues to do so as we get later and later into this race. 19 minutes gone. And there's still plenty of opportunity for something to happen late on in this race between those two. Meanwhile, we cut back to this battle. Now, Popov putting pressure onto the back of Olivieri. Sebastian Weldon. Salim Hanna, meanwhile, is very much lacking pace in this race. Saying that he had some sort of pace heading into this one. Doesn't seem to have it. Sebastian Weldon, the American sensation, now putting more and more pressure onto the back lap by lap of Salim Hanna. He might get him here with the slipstream. The slipstream very powerful around here with this long, long, long front straight. Hanna moving over to the right-hand side. Cars behind following. Sebastian Weldon, bit of contact between the two. As we cut to turn number 2, round the outside goes Sebastian Weldon, side by side, up into turn number 3. Hanna pushes him left. Not going to happen though. He's going to keep it there. Are they going to run side by side on exit? Who knows? Yes, nearly. But Sebastian Weldon grabs the position. Salim Hanna will try and fight back. Not going to happen as they come up to the apex of turn number 4 into Repsol. And out the other side, it's Sebastian Weldon that keeps the position. But guess who's behind him? He's Prema teammate of Newman Shi, who will continue to put pressure once more. And Lucas Samalisto, the RSGP car, also in behind. Guess who it is? Newman Shi, the Chinese driver, continuing to look up the inside. Not going to happen on Hanna. And now it leaves him vulnerable to Lucas Samalisto, side by side. Not going to happen. Continues to cover around the outside for Newman Chi. Keeps the position. And so does Salim Hanna. Meanwhile, Maximilian Popov putting pressure on Olivieri. Here for 3rd and 4th. The margin 0.2. Meanwhile, we look further back in the grids. This is a battle for 14th, 15th, 16th. In the order between Andrea Kozma, Bondarev, and Savarukin. Meanwhile, we cut back to once more here. Maximilian Popov putting pressure on Olivieri here. Slipstream available to Olivieri. To the outside he goes. He will have the outside on for the turn 1. But is he brave enough to hang it around the outside at turn number 1? Olivieri, of course, has that inside run. But if he gets a good enough one, Maximilian Popov, the Jamaican sensation, pulls an excellent move on the back of Olivieri. Moves it up into P3. What a move. The Jamaican sensation, Maximilian Popov, pulls 3 moves. 3 spectacular moves, more or less. And Maximilian Popov moves himself up onto those podium positions. Those ever so important podium positions. Olivieri moves himself off the podium and down into position number 4. Wow, how the tides can turn between those two. The Jamaican sensation pulled that right around the outside. And Olivieri now loses that position. Will not be happy with that. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this race. 8 minutes, 10 seconds plus 1 lap. Gomez and Nakamura Berta. 0.3 separating the two. Sebastian Weldon could get involved in this. Olivieri doesn't seem to have much pace. He could possibly grab a free position. Moving left, moving right. Is Salim Hanna trying to get the position done. And off the road. Quite unfortunately, I think that was Newman Chi or Lucas Amalestor. Could be wrong, but I think it was Newman Chi losing multiple positions in the process. Now going to try and re-put pressure and try and retake the position to Lucas Amalestor. Not going to happen though. Newman Chi, the Chinese driver, being absolutely pressured. Jup Seb really now putting pressure onto the back once more of Newman Chi. It's happening up and down the grids, ladies and gentlemen, with 7.5 minutes to go. It's all happening. It very much is, as pulling to the left-hand side is Lucas Amalestor. Trying to pull a move now on Salim Hanna. There. Maybe a bit too late. As this battle continues to brew. So Chi, the whole reason why he wasn't actually able to end up getting past, he just ran wide a tad bit and it compromised him in the next corner and just got out in on that ripple strip, that red ripple strip, and just wasn't able to keep it there, keep the grip up. As now King Nakamura Berta looks to remove for the race lead. The Japanese driver flinching right in Gabriel Gomez's mirrors. Trying to put some sort of championship threat to Gabriel Gomez, saying that this championship is mine, not yours. And we've seen that within the recent past. And that showing has been real. You can just tell how much pace King Nakamura Berta has in this race. You can see a few lapped cars up in front of those two. This is our race leaders, and those lapped cars a bit further up in front. Sato and Guy Albag putting on a bit of pressure. Meanwhile, Sebastian Weldon looked around the outside of Olivieri. Does he get the move done? Hangs it right around there. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, Samalisto and Newman Chi and Dupe Seb. Primo 1, 2, and 3. Samalisto, Hanna, and Chi putting the pressure under. And then behind Dupe Seb. Chi pulling out, looking for a move, not going to happen. Now Dupe Seb has the opportunity to go around the outside. The American sensation, Sebastian Weldon, around the outside. Into the hairpin. And now will make his way into the braking zone of 10. Can he do it? No, he can't. Not just yet. Into the braking zone. It's never going to happen. But he made his words clear as to what he wanted to do. Now this is the braking zone of 10. That was the braking zone of 7. And then 8, then 9. Now, makes his way up into 10. Again, that move still not happening. Here, as Olivieri being absolutely pressured by Sebastian Weldon. The slipstream opening up between those two. Sebastian, can he get the move done? The American sensation against Olivieri, who's sitting 7th in this championship, but is on threat to lose 7th in this championship. Round the outside for Sebastian Weldon. We've seen it done with Maximilian Popov. Can he do it now? Around the outside. Move. done. The American driver of Sebastian Weldon. Move done. What a spectacular move. And continues to go around the outside, hanging it there on the dirty side of the road for Olivieri. Sebastian Weldon takes the position.
Weldon in P4. Then it's Olivieri. Lucas Salmonisto finished P5 yesterday, and he's still got 3 minutes plus 1 lap to catch up to the back of the pole sitter to repeat yesterday's result as Olivieri locks up. They come out of turn 5 down the hill, briefly into 5th gear. The fight for the victory. Kim Nakamura-Berta just sits there. The safety car has come out onto the circuit. Did Kim Nakamura-Berta wait too long? We've got the safety car out on the circuit. We've got word coming through that there is a car stopped in a precarious position in potentially turn 8. We'll get images for you in just a moment. Gabriel Gomez with breathing space for the moment. 2:25 left on the clock, plus 1 lap now. And look what that's done to Max Popov. If we do get a green before the end of the race, this is the reason why. Luca Vistoriano into the gravel, and the Romanians' wretched weekend continues here. Second DNF, second time into the gravel, although to be fair, yesterday was not his own doing. Luca Vistoriano into the gravel. That is the reason why the safety car has come out. The final corner off the road, and smack into the wall goes one of 2 Romanians racing. Elia Weiss goes on through. So Max Popov was 8 seconds behind the battle for the lead. Kim Nakamura-Berta, you get the sense he was just waiting to attack. Remember, he's the championship leader, 18 points. It's better than a DNF, although he'd dearly love his 9th victory of the year and a full 25 points going into this evening's final race of the penultimate round of the 13th season of the world's most competitive duty car racing series. 36 cars on the grid, more than 20 nations represented. Racing here at the home of the Spanish Formula One Grand Prix. 2 Formula One races in Spain in 2026, here in Barcelona, and of course, back to Madrid. It's not the first time the Formula One has raced here in Madrid. Of course, we go back to the famous Jarama circuit in the 1980s. It's not the only circuit where Formula One has also raced in Barcelona. Of course, Montjuic Park in the centre of the city. We go back almost a century, and the Sitges circuit south of Barcelona, reminiscent of the Brooklyn circuit, the original car racing circuit, world's first purpose-built circuit. Sitges does still exist, south of the Catalan capital, also hosting Formula One, as it was, if you can call it that, almost a century ago. We are running out of time, though. You can see the clock is ticking down. 1 lap at the end of this, potentially under safety car. There's the 30-minute mark. The safety car, the R35 with the wipers on. The track is greasy. Kim Nakamura-Berta in P2. P1 in the championship. Gabriel Gomez potentially to take the victory. We're getting word from race control. That's the ball game, folks. The full-time whistle after the 90 will blow. Gomez will win. The race will finish under
the race will finish under the safety car here. Gabriel Gomez will take the win in the Italian F4 Championship, race number 2. And confirmed, you can see the Hyundai i30 safety car has the wipers on. It is greasy. Sadly, Carlos, I do not. But I do really appreciate the kind words you are sending through as Gabriel Gomez across the line and starts the final lap of the race here in the Italian F4 Championship. The race will finish under the safety car, quite unfortunately, as the cars continue to go around. Sadly, Carlos, I do not have a PayPal or a Cash App to to give you. What time is it over there? It is just past 7 p.m. Just past 6 p.m., sorry. As Gabriel Gomez runs through turn number 2 and out the other side as the final lap commences under the Hyundai i30 safety car.
On Italy's Adriatic coast, the MotoGP circuit of Misano, to decide the 13th season of the world's most competitive GT car racing series, as Kabir drives off into the grass, trying to get some pickup, and you can see the spray immediately. Here is Kabir Anurag from Andrea Kostic, Barriera Al-Sulati. Last lap of the race, light rain falling here in Spain. And now the sunshine comes out once again. We are expecting another storm this afternoon. Race 5 at 5:30, race 3, I should say, at 5:30 local time. The penultimate round of the 2025 series. Kin Nakamura Berta, almost one hand on this year's championship trophy. Will finish second but extend his lead slightly in the championship. There is the Spanish sunshine in that part of the circuit. Light rain falling on the start-finish straight though briefly. Luca Vistoriano into the gravel. Gabriel Gomez was under attack from the championship leader Kin Nakamura Berta, who will pick up 18 points and second place and put one hand on the championship trophy. But down on the start-finish straight, the checkered flag is about to wave. The US Racing driver will lead the field round. The safety car has in fact pulled into pit lane, despite us being told by race control it would finish under safety car. Will go for green for a couple of 100 metres. They cannot pass until they cross the start-finish line. He will win again. He won at Vallelunga in Rome. He wins here at Catalonia, in Barcelona, in Spain. The checkered flag waves. Victory in race 2. You know you're going to hear those famous words. It is O Menino do Brasil, Gabriel Gomez, second in the series, but goes P1 to win the second of 3 races here this weekend. Gomez takes the victory.
Gomez takes the victory here in race number 2. Carlos, there's a room tour up on my channel, so you can actually check out this room. But I think it's a bit old, so yeah, there's a room tour up on my channel. There's a room tour up on my channel, so go check that out. Because I'm not going to do it right now. As Gabriel Gomez, though, wins here in race number 2 of the Italian F4 Championship. Here, over Kin Nakamura Berta and Maximilian Popov in position 3. What a spectacular race. It's now time to get ready for the podium as the cars make their way back to the pit lane.
Well, barely an hour's drive south of the French border. Gomez takes the victory. Nakamura Berta in position 2, and Popov, another podium, has not yet stood on the top step, but Max, surely that's not far away. As we take a look at the results for you, it's the Brazilian from the Japanese driver. Gomez with the win from Max Popov in 3rd place. Sebastian Weldon, remember, just made that move just in time to take Olivieri. He'll start on pole position for race 3 this evening. Finishes P5 from Samuelisto Chi, who takes the rookie victory, the R to the right of the graphic. Salim Hanna, Andrea Dupe, they round out the rookie podium. Alexander Ruta, the final position inside the top 10. Cotti, we cannot speak highly enough about her efforts. Powell, Cosmo Christopher, car 13 finishing in position 13 from Vinci. Bondarev, Seberukian, Trop, Kabir Anurag, Andrea Kostic, Bader Al-Salati continued to keep his clean record intact, finishing in 20 from Buso. Elliot Weiss from the back of the grid. That was impressive, in fact, for the German. Bart Harrison, Kohler, Walter, Matilda Paz, Kirill Kutzkov, Peyton Westcott, Andrea Rodriguez, the drivers from California and Colorado, respectively. Nathaniel Berebi, Phil Strange, who had to pit for a new front wing, Cornelia, who spun on a greasy circuit, Andy Consani, and Guy Albag, the final finisher after the gamble on wet tyres did not work out. Out was Luca Vistoriano and the Norwegian Marcus Sata. Surely he is thinking about the championship now. Kinako Roberta. Angelo Rosin, who founded the famous team of Prema, just outside Vicenza, Grisignano. In geographic terms that the rest of the world may understand, not too far from Venice. Founded the legendary team back in 1983. Max in P3 once again. Mega job, Vasilios. His Australian engineer to the right there, congratulating his driver. Do Brasil, do Sao Paulo, o menino has won once again in the 2025 champion. Bravo, Gabri Gomez. Another victory for Us Racing. Miguel, his engineer, who's done a tremendous job all season. Of course, last year took Gianmarco Pradel to a race victory as well. And a Butner of Us Racing. We take a look at the highlights of race 2. It started behind the Nissan R35 Godzilla's safety car. Olivieri on pole position with a great getaway on a greasy circuit under threat of rain here in Barcelona. Gomez trying to shake Nakamura Berta. They were running second and third. That will become the fight for the lead. What was a clean race despite the conditions here. Harrison on the inside and slightly into the back of his Qatari teammate Bader Al-Salati. Phil Strange losing the front wing as Cornelia Okutska. She lost the car going right around. Kirill Kutzkov, Elliot Weiss. Prum Motorsport, Matthew Racing, they continued that dice. They made contact. And as Olivieri lost the race lead, he fell back from P1 to 2 to 3. And then off the podium is Sebastian Weldon. Boy, does the kid from Florida know how to drive, know how to race. Luca Vistoriano into the gravel at the final corner on a greasy circuit. That brought out the safety car once again. Gabriel Gomez walks across the line to take victory. Once again, his third win of the season to win the penultimate race of the weekend. Gomez for Brazil wins here in Spain. Max again in position 3. Nakamura Berta, potentially one hand already on the championship trophy. And Gabriel Gomez takes the win here in Barcelona. Mr. Jean-Louis Santamaria, Executive Director of the circuit, which will host the Spanish Formula One Grand Prix 2026. And potentially, no, that is not the last time. 2 Formula One Grand Prix in Spain next year. And potentially well into the future. He presents the trophies to Max in P3, Keen in P2, and Gabri wins here in Catalonia. Us Racing back on top once again. Berta. P2 is getting so close to being crowned the 2025 championship champion. We've got one race here this afternoon. That's at 5:30 local time. And of course, the championship final on the second week of October at Misano, with the championship started earlier on in the year. Gabriel Gomez,
so wins the second race in the Italian F4 Championship. Stay tuned, because I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to start up the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine stream. And of course, I'll be back from 7:45 local time for the final race of Italian F4. But until then, I'll see you at 7:45 local time for the next race of Italian F4. Join me in a few moments' time for FRECA. See you then. Goodbye.
Takes victory in the second of three races here this weekend from Kin Nakamura Berta and Max Popov. The Van Amersfoort Racing, three different teams on the podium here for the second of three races here this weekend.